Hello everyone, I am Dr. Eric Morrison. This is 7 Under 3, and I'll be covering trading education, more specifically Forex trading, using the TC2000 and TradingView platforms. Hello, this is the stock indice review for the week of the 22nd of May through the 26th of May, and I'm starting off with BITI, which is Bitcoin short strategy going forward. And this strategy basically, when everything is highlighted green and above the dragon, this goes into buy on the open, sell on the close. We're not doing gaps because of the overall risk to a potential black swan event. So we want to make sure that we buy on the open, sell on the close, and for this week was amazing as far as overall gains across the board. Now what you want to do is you have diversity among all of the stock indices so that no one stock can be manipulated to the point where as a retail trader you're getting caught up in an overall hedge fund type of trade. But for stock indices, which are a lot more difficult to control, utilizing this kind of strategy going forward allows you week after week of profitability going forward. And I highlighted in green once everything is in agreement and we got momentum to the upside and pretty much all of price activity is above the dragon at this point. And so what we had for BITI overall the week, so buy on the open, sell on the close, buy on the open, sell on the close. This opened below the dragon, didn't buy this one. Buy on the open, sell on the close, buy on the open, sell on the close, buy on the open, sell on the close. And overall, it was a $40 gain. Now, not much for this overall indice. As you will see, that throughout all of these, if we apply the same strategy throughout, we got incredible gains for momentums and trends that were far better than this one. Bull Z was the next one. As you can see, everything above the dragon and green throughout. And we were able to catch an incredible gain for this one. So on 1,000 shares for the entire week, we're looking at $7,460 of profit. Buy on the open, sell on the close. Buy on the open, sell on the close. Buy on the open, sell on the close. This was a break even, and then buy on the open, sell on the close. Wonderful gain of $5,400 on there. Now, if you used 100 shares across all of these indices, that's a strategy too. You just move the zero over as far as 100 shares on each one of these, and you will see the same type of gains throughout. At the end, I will go over the totals for each day and for the week. Next one was DRV. As you can see, all the way throughout, nice overall gains. For the week, buy on the open, sell on the close for all of it, averaged out to about a $5,610 gain on 1,000 shares. So nice overall gain for this trend. Go to dust. As you can see, majority of it all green. And what you can see here is that once it gets into a trend mode and everything green, the majority of all the day's trading is to the upside. So we got a nice gain for $1,170 over 1,000 shares on dust. Next one is FAS, and as you can see here, this overall was open up below the dragon, so I didn't trade this, but I did trade this once it in pre-market was above the dragon, and we had a $90 loss over the course of these 3 days. So buy on the open, sell on the close, buy on the open, sell on the close, buy on the open, sell on the close. Keep the same strategy throughout as long as pre-market has it opening above the dragon, or even in the dragon, that's fine. Just cannot open below the dragon, as you can see here. FNGU was our most profitable one. This one was gangbusters throughout each day, starting on Monday and then ending on Friday. The Friday one on 1,000 shares was $12,440 in profit. And as you can see here, it went through 2 resistance zones on the point and figure, but look at all of this buy volume. Incredible buy volume. And for the week, $17,730 on 1,000 shares. Buy on the open, sell on the close. As long as we have stops and we can be placing in this, we can take some of these losses and overall the course of the week during this trend he had some really nice gains. The largest gainer out of all of the stocks that were picked utilizing this particular strategy for the week. GDXD, same thing, green throughout, and over a $900 gain for the week on 1,000 shares. GLL, green throughout the week, over $570 gain. Gosh, we had a partial week where we had a loss. It was a loss of $1,780 on 1,000 shares. So as you can see here, it didn't turn green until this particular candle, and we had losses here. So Gush, of course, is above $100 on this. I don't generally tend to like to trade over $100 type of stocks because the other ones prove to be more trendy in my mind. But this was an overall loss of $1,780 on 1,000 shares. Hibble, we did have a trade that went there and then came back in like game busters on high beta bull 3 times, and overall gain of $2,010 on 1,000 shares. JDST, green throughout, wonderful overall average, $700 gains for the week. Gold, we had an initial loss here of $560 on 1,000 share, but nice gap up here, and we can see Follow the Money had indication that this was going to go strong, and it gapped up overnight. Didn't have a swing trade on this, of course, but there may be more pressure for natural gas going to the downside with this. Nothing on Lab D. Next one was SDOW, or shorting the Dow. Green throughout until the last day here, with an overall gain for the week of $380 on 1,000 shares. So this buy on the open, sell on the close, buy on the open, sell on the close all the way throughout this entire week, and then this buy on the open, sell on the close. Just keep it there. All of the diversity in terms of trends tend to work themselves out. ProShares short high yield, buy on the open, sell on the close. Looking at an overall gain, not much in terms of $80. Not much volatility with this particular stock. SOXL, on the other hand, incredible gain on this entire week. So we had gains throughout the entire week for SOXL at $4,290 on 1,000 shares. Just today was $2,830 intraday. Incredible day. SPXL, same thing. Had a nice overall loss here, but an overall gain here to close out the week at a profit at $1,020 in profit there. Looks like the markets are headed up. SRS, looking at a $730 gain over buying the open, sell on the close. SRTY had overall gain here with an overall loss here to close out lower for the week. SFIXI, same thing. Buy on the open, sell on the close. Once it's below the dragon, I don't buy it. And then when it's back above the dragon, if it's green, then I go ahead and buy it. So SFIXI, we're at a $340 profit for the week. All the treasuries continued to go down from the 2-year all the way to the 20-year. And we traded all of those to the downside. And then on Friday, went ahead and went the other direction. One thing that I want to note here is that it's 85% short to this. So we're expecting an upward trend. This is the day that we're looking at in terms of overall to the long side. So this is short the treasury. So we're looking to the upside. And if it's crowded out at 85% short, we're looking at going long the 20-year. Same with TBT. So $40 gain for the week for TBF. TBT was $110 gain. TBX, which is 7 to 10 year, was $140 gain. Then we got to the tech bull, 3 times the shares. This was another one that was just through the roof. And $4,140 on 1,000 shares. Incredible gains overall. TNA had an initial buy here and then an initial sell here for an overall gain of $640 before it went red. TQQQ, as it showed, entirely green throughout. Wonderful gains throughout the entire week. Looking at a $1,190 gain. T-Trip also great gains overall. This is the ultra short 20-year before it decided to say, hey, we're going to go in the other direction to the long side. TYO 10-year also another gainer. All the treasuries were gainers. TZA had a 1 day here gainer overall at $630. Then decided to go red the next bar over. UPRO, again, down at the beginning of the week, started and then closed up for the week at $470 gain. URTY, initial gain here overall. for a $740 gain. WebL, overall green throughout the entire week. Overall gain of $850. Yang, which is Bear China, overall gain for the week, $700. And then ZSL, which is short silver, overall trend to the upside. Overall gain of $1,130 to profit. So still wonderful gains throughout all these trends. So on 1,000 shares for Monday was $10,740 gain. For Tuesday was a loss at $8,150 loss. Wednesday at $13,800 gain. And Thursday, $6,070 gain. Friday, the biggest gain out of all of them at $30,640 gain on 1,000 shares for each one of those indices that were in the green. Overall gains for the week and all 4 weeks going forward with this particular strategy. We had gains throughout the entire weeks, but gains just for this week were $53,100 on 1,000 shares. Now, if you just did 100 shares, which is fine, that's $5,310 on 100 shares trading each one of these days. So $1,074 gain on Monday, $815 loss on Tuesday, $1,380 gain on Wednesday, $607 gain on Thursday, and a $3,064 gain on Friday, utilizing 100 shares. Now, if you're interested in strategies going forward or programming in PineScript or Python, click on the links below. We have a wonderful team that meets weekly, and we discuss strategies going forward and optimizing these strategies. So click on the links below. And remember, ruthless risk management. Have a great Memorial Day weekend, and I'll see you on Tuesday. Well, if you like this video, go ahead and hit the like rumble button below and the subscribe button. And if you want more information, go ahead and click the course information links below. On the TradingView link and on TC2000, I have an affiliate link. If you open up a TC2000 account, you will receive a $25 discount using that link. Thank you for your time.